stop, 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 stop. Hey guys, I hope you're all well. For any of you that are learning to drive, I would highly recommend downloading the Ultimate Driving course. There are 38 easy to understand videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. Just watch the video before the driving lesson related to the topic you are covering on that day. This will provide you with the correct knowledge on that subject, which means you'll know exactly what to do. So you'll get into the car fully prepared, which will speed up learning. This will definitely save you time and money on driving lessons. The course is still available at the special offer one-off fee, which gives you access to all of the videos for 12 months. And to get a free sample of a video in the Ultimate Driving course, please watch this video that I have previously uploaded. The link to the video is in the description below. Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we've got another mock test and we have got Vinny, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so guys, for those of you watching for the first time, the learners that turn up here, they don't have lessons with me, they're just here for me to assess their driving, yeah? So Vinny, you've been having lessons with somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah? And tell us a bit about your driving, how many lessons have you had and what stage are you at?
I've had like 30 hours plus, I think, yeah.
Okay, over 30 hours?
Yeah.
And when was the last time you had a driving lesson?
Last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so you started again after the lockdown, yeah? Okay, any issues with your driving? How do you feel?
I think it's alright. Like,
okay.
I don't know yet.
Did you have a test book before lockdown?
Nah.
Okay. So you didn't have a test booked. You covered most of the stuff with your instructor, you reckon,
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So you reckon you're ready for a mock test?
We'll see after this, yeah.
Hopefully you are, yeah. Okay, the faults, yeah, so I won't mention anything throughout the test, yeah. Obviously that's what happens on your actual test as well. And the examiners will give you the feedback at the end, tell you whether you passed or failed, yeah. So that's what I'll do here. But obviously you've been watching the YouTube video, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously for anybody watching the videos, I do pause and obviously edit the faults out and talk about them, yeah, before they happen. Any serious faults? What colour text did they be in?
Red.
Good. And the normal driving faults?
Yellow.
Good. How many faults are you allowed? How many serious faults are you allowed on your test?
None at all.
That's it. One serious fault means a fail, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And the normal driving faults, if you keep repeating the same one and again, then that can turn into a serious fault as well, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the show me, tell me questions, have you been through those?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay, so could you tell me what the sufficient tread depth of the tyres should be?
Should be 1.6 millimeters around the circumference of the middle three, what's it called? I forgot. But
that's fine, that'll do. Like you're supposed to say the centre three quarters of all the way around the tyre, yeah?
Yeah.
When you say 1.6 millimeters around the tyre, yeah? Yeah. That'll do, so examiners will be happy with that, yeah. And what else do you look for, yeah, to make sure the condition of the tyre is okay?
Should be in the handbook.
That's the information for the tyre pressure, but what else do you look for on the tyre to make sure?
No cuts and bulges.
That's it, good, okay. Right then, so we're going to start off by following the sat-nav. So on your test, the examiner can make you follow sat-nav for the first 20-25 minutes, yeah? Or they can make you follow signs, yeah? Okay, we'll start off with the sat-nav first, yeah? So, yeah, whenever you're ready, Vinny, if you could move off for me. And guys, I'd like to mention, Vinny's never driven this car before, yeah? Have you been having lessons around Wolverhampton?
Wednesbury area.
Wednesbury area. Yeah. So not too far, but you haven't had lessons around this area, yeah? Okay, and you haven't driven this car, so might need a bit of time to get used to it. So yeah, move off whenever you're ready, please. Vinny moves off with good observations. This left turn, Vinny does perfectly. He carries out the MSPSL routine in the correct order, selects first gear just at the correct time, and has good observations before emerging out.
At the end of the road, turn left. Turn left.
He even checks the mirrors after entering the new road. Normally when stopping behind another vehicle, we use what we call the tyres and tarmac rule, so we don't stop too close to the vehicle in front. But when there's a larger vehicle, such as a bus or lorry, then we should keep more space so our vehicle is visible in the lorry's side mirrors, and Vinny keeps a good gap from the lorry.
After 300 yards, turn right.
Again, Vinny does this right turn perfectly. He carries out the MSPSL routine in the correct order, gets a good position for the right turn, and selects second gear at the right time.
Turn right.
Ahead we have a meeting situation. Vinny sees that the oncoming vehicle is waiting, so makes the correct decision and continues. So far, Vinny has driven really well, and I'm thinking that this is going to be a rare pass, but it's all about to change soon.
After 80 yards, turn right. Then ahead, keep left.
When waiting to turn right at this crossroad, Vinny positions too much to the right and slightly obstructs the path of the oncoming vehicles.
Then ahead, keep left. After 100 yards, cross the roundabout, first exit.
This mini roundabout, Vinny does well. He approaches at a good speed, selects the correct gear and doesn't hesitate. At this roundabout, Vinny makes his first serious driving fault.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Then turn left.
We are supposed to be going straight ahead and taking the second exit, but Vinny turns left and takes the first exit. Going the wrong way is not a driving fault, but Vinny didn't signal when turning left. I know it may seem a bit harsh, but this would be a serious driving fault.
Cross the roundabout, second exit. Then turn left.
Coming up is a spiral marked roundabout. Vinny keeps to his lane and follows the spiral marking well and does good observations before exiting the roundabout. Turning right, second exit.
Cross the roundabout, second exit.
Vinny, if you could park up anywhere safe on the left, please. When parking up, Vinny carries out the mirror signal maneuver routine well. He doesn't rush for the clutch pedal and presses it at the right time. Not too early, not too late. Thank you. If you could move off when you're ready. At this right turn, Vinny positions well and doesn't hesitate when he sees the black vehicle waiting to emerge.
200 yards, go right on the roundabout, third exit.
At this roundabout, Vinny makes a serious driving fault.
Go right on the roundabout, third exit.
He enters the roundabout well, but makes a mistake when exiting. We are taking the third exit, so when Vinny approaches the second exit, he starts to check the mirrors and signals left, which is good. But there is a vehicle overtaking on our left. So Vinny should stay in the right hand lane and exit onto the right hand lane, as it's not safe to move over to the left. Vinny starts to move into the left lane, so I had to intervene.
Take the exit.
Stay to the right. Stay to the right. That's it. Come off in the right lane. Again, at this roundabout, Vinny does really well. For any of you that need help with marked roundabouts, watch how Vinny follows the markings. At this roundabout, we are turning right third exit, and it's quite a tricky roundabout. It's controlled by traffic lights.
Around the roundabout, third exit.
As we reach the second exit, and Vinny prepares to move into the left lane, we have another set of traffic lights. So Vinny doesn't have enough time to move over. He does well to stop at the lights and finds a suitable gap to change lanes after moving off.
Bear left. Bear left.
Left please, to the car park. Now we're entering a car park in which I'll ask Vinny to do the forward bay parking maneuver. Let's continue straight down, yeah, follow the road. He carries out good observations before entering the car park. if you could just turn right here, please.
Here, yeah?
Yeah. After turning right, you could park forward into any bay.
Yep. Yeah, left or right?
Anyone you want. As Vinny parks inside the bay, he asks if he can readjust, which is fine. But when he stops, he eases off the brake pedal and our vehicle rolls back slightly.
Readjust. Readjust.
Yeah. He carries out good observations whilst reversing. Remember, these observations are really important. Okay, if you could reverse that then, please. And so the front of our car is facing that way, yeah? We're going to drive back that way. Then at the end, if you could turn right. As we leave the car park, there is a pedestrian crossing. There are people waiting to cross, so Vinny should have stopped. He doesn't notice the pedestrians, so I had to stop the car for him. The roundabout, turn right please, third exit. And carry on. The roundabout, turn right, third exit. Any of you that want to know how to deal with roundabouts, just watch how Vinny does these two roundabouts. Brilliant approach, observations and lane discipline. After this roundabout, there's another roundabout.
Yeah.
We'll be going straight head second exit at the second roundabout, yeah? So right third exit.
And second, yeah.
Yeah, then straight head second exit. We're going to carry out the emergency stop now, yeah?
Yeah.
During the emergency stop, Vinny makes another serious driving fault. He stops really well, but when moving off, even though he does all of his observations, he doesn't assess the situation behind us too well. Stop! Thank you. Move off when you're ready, please. There is a van coming up, which isn't really that close at this point. Because of the van, Vinny should have signalled to warn the van driver that we are attempting to move off. but Vinny doesn't signal, so the van driver moves out to the right and is positioned to overtake as Vinny moves off. Like I said, the van wasn't that close that the van driver had to brake suddenly, but we didn't make our intentions clear and caused him to change direction. We talk more about this at the end of the test. Now I'm going to ask Vinny the show me question, which he does correctly. Okay, Vinny, could you show me how to diminish the rear screen, please? Thank you. Let's switch it off. Now we're back at the test centre, so let's get some feedback and find out what Vinny thought of his driving. And if you could park up on the left, please. Thank you. Okay, Vinny, how do you think that went?
Alright, but I know I made like 2 serious faults, something like that.
Okay, what were they?
You know, at the roundabout where you said keep right.
Yeah, what do you think happened there?
Because there was a car coming behind on the left, in the left lane. So I was like, I tried to move into the left lane and then...
Yeah, it was like... It's good, like your roundabouts observations overall were brilliant. Yeah, okay. I know you've been taught the SWI teach as well. When you get to the second exit, if you're taking the third exit, when you get to the second exit, mirror signal, move over if it's safe though. Yeah, if it's not safe,
just keep it to the right.
Don't think you have to move over. Just keep to the right. Even if you have to go, obviously there we had a choice of 2 lanes anyway. Even if you have to go the wrong way, you do what's safe. Yeah. Okay. You didn't like fully commit to changing, but you did start drifting over a bit, and that BMW was right next to us. So I had to ask you to steer to the right, yeah, that was one.
And at the car park where I didn't see that zebra crossing.
Yeah, okay. Obviously not marked out like a normal zebra crossing, but it's there, it's marked, isn't it, for pedestrians. So you didn't notice that, yeah. And obviously there's no one behind us, so I went for the break there because the girls were waiting, yeah. There was one more, which is, it is a bit harsh, this one. It's the first one you made. You kind of nodded your head there as well when you did it. Do you know what it was?
No, I can't remember.
So at the roundabout we were supposed to go straight ahead, second exit.
Oh yeah, and I didn't signal,
Yeah, but you turned left.
Yeah.
Going the wrong way is not a fault. Yeah, going the wrong way is not a fault, but did you apply your left signal?
Nah.
Big major roundabout, vehicles behind, you didn't signal left, Again, that would be harsh. Some examiners, you know what, they may let you off with it. I've had learners that have been left, but that is a serious fault, okay. So that, apart from obviously those faults, one more when I should do the emergency stop. So you did you stopped well, you were doing your observations when you moved off as well, There's a van behind us,
Yeah, he tried to overtake us,
Exactly, He was trying to overtake, and then
should let him overtake first.
Not really, because he wasn't like too close. He wasn't in a. He was kind of just started steering to the right. He had his signal on, and he's in a position to overtake. Why do you think he decided to overtake us?
Because the car's just like.
The car stopped, but like I said, he wasn't that close. You know, when I actually to brake, there's no vehicles behind us. So he was still about 8 or 9 car lengths behind. What do you think you could have done when you're about to move off?
More observations.
You knew the van was there. How could you told him that you're moving off?
Oh, signalling.
Yeah, if you had applied your right signal, he may not have tried to overtake. Yeah, but then what you did, you had no signal, and you moved off when he was in overtaking position. Like I said, he wasn't that close that we had to stop suddenly, or he had to stop suddenly. But that was a serious fault for your observations and like judging what to do there. You didn't signal. Okay. So there was 4 serious faults there. 4 serious faults may sound like a lot, but like I said, they were easily avoidable. Okay. Over the hardly any minors there. With the bay parking, when you were
readjust,
but I didn't give you the minor for readjusting. Gave you the driving fault for, you asking me can I readjust your car was rolling back.
I was
for the control there. Okay. And but overall your driving was really smooth, good awareness, mirrors were excellent. obviously it's difficult to get a test day at the moment. Yeah, everything's getting back to normal on the 22nd, so you should try and get a test date as quick as possible. Yeah, your instructor, tell your instructor they've done a brilliant job. It's good. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vinny, for coming down to do the mock test. Hopefully it's helped you out.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a few faults there, but nothing that you need to work on a lot. Yeah. Okay. But really good driving. Well done.
Cheers.
Guys, like always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.